couple of companies out with earnings. Let's start with Lyft, the rideshare company, coming out with numbers after the close of trading yesterday. And the overall theme, Brian Sozzi, seems to be things are still very bad year over year, but getting better quarter over quarter as this year has gone on.
You nailed that one, Julie, and that was the theme on the phone when I talked to Lyft co-founder John Zimmer. In fact, he actually took me by surprise by saying Lyft is one of the best recovery stocks around. So it was interesting to me to hear him say that. But importantly here, the growth rates quarter over quarter in terms of rides up 44%. That is very important. Looks like they are still maybe running a little bit worse this quarter because of the rise in infections. But importantly here, and what I see a lot of people on the street focusing on right now, they pushed up some of their profit goals. They still expect to be profitable in the fourth quarter of 2021, but they plan to get there in large part, Zimmer tells me, by cutting $300 million in expenses by the fourth quarter. It's a lot of expenses to come out of this model and has a lot of people on the street very optimistic. Also, they teased a delivery business. I don't think they'll be getting into a delivery business like Uber, but they teased it. So be curious to see how that unfolds.
Well, Sozzi, I wanted to ask about the delivery business because, the Uber story has become very strange to me. The Eats business is growing quite a bit, but it has horrific margins. I wouldn't call them horrendous. They're worse than that. The rides business for Uber is actually profitable, and I think Lyft can maybe benefit from being more of a pure play ride sharing type business. I understand it's kind of the flavor of the year here or whatever, but it's interesting to see Lyft talk so much about that on the call the way they did, essentially teasing that they might do an acquisition, because I know everyone and their mother has a fantasy football acquisition for them.
Yeah, well, Lyft essentially gets high marks on the street for its focus and discipline. That really reflects their DNA, a scrappy startup really competing against Uber. But it will be a focused delivery business. Again, details are scarce, but more local business-to-business transactions. They don't want to create a marketplace like Uber's done.
Yeah, it has been very interesting, to your point, Myles, to see sentiment shift on Uber's business model. It's good to be diversified. It's not good to be diversified. It's good to be international. It's not. So we'll see where that ends up.